silently rowed to the Charlestown shore.
What if I land?
Do if I see, on by land.
Meanwhile his friend through alley and street wanders and watches with the ears, till in the silence around him hears the muster of men and the very dawn, the sound of arms and the tramp of feet,
And the measured tread of the grenadiers marching down to their boats on the shore. Then he climbed the tower of the old church, by the wooden stairs with steady tread, to the belfry tower overhead.
He paused to listen and look down on the rooftops of the town, and the moonlight glowing
While impatient to mount and ride, who did it firm with a heavy stride, on the opposite shore stood far Revere.
He gazed on the landscape far and near.
Run, most he watched with eager search the belfry tower of the old church. As he looked from the belfry high, he springs to the saddle, the bridle he turns, the blinkers and catches the full on his sight, a second learn.
In the belfry birds, what if I land?
Two if I see,
What if I land?
two if I see,
Hurry of roofs in the village street.
British are coming,
Shake in the moonlight, walk in the dawn.
British are coming,
The colors of a passing star.
British are coming,
Struck by sleep, no fears and fear.
British are here,
Let us all. And yet through the gloom and the light,
the fate of a nation was riding that tide. It was 12 by the village clock when he crossed the bridge into Bedford town. He heard the crowing of the cock,
the barking of the dog.
felt the dam of the river fog.
Rises up to the sun goes down. Lexington,
It was once by the village clock when he galloped into Lexington. He saw the gilded weathercock,
sitting in the moonlight as he passed.
leaning on his windows blank and bare.
Gaze at him with his spectral glare.
They gaze at him.
With a spectral glare.
It was two by the village clock when he came to the bridge in Concord town. He heard the beating of the
The
flock,
twitter of the birds among the trees.
felt the breath of the morning breeze.
Flying over meadow brown.
So through the night rode poor Revere, and through the night went his cry of alarm,
To every Middlesex village and
a
farm.
cry of defiance and not of
A
fear.
voice in the
A
dawn.
knock at the door, where this shall echo through all our history to the last. In the hour of darkness and terror and need, the people will waken and listen to hear
The hurrying hoofbeats of that steed.
and the midnight message of glory near.
What if I land?
Two if I see,
What if I land?
two if I see,
What if I land?
two if I see.